Hello, everybody. I am Terlisa Gardley-Brown, the host of Real Talk with Terlisa, the queen of Real Talk. And guys, it is happy hour in about 3 or 4 more minutes. If you haven't done so, go ahead and grab your beverage. We're getting ready to have some mature conversation tonight. And not only that, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. I don't know about you, but my week has been one for the record books. I'm so glad that it is Friday. I am so happy it's Friday, but tonight let's just unwind. Many are on their way home. If you are and you driving and have it on Facebook Live, man, you got it going on. If you haven't done so, share and invite your friends, because again, tonight is going to be a little bit different with happy hour. We know that when you get off work and you go to a destination for happy hour, the first thing they want to know is what you are drinking. So I'm going to ask everybody that's already tuned in, exactly what are you drinking? So I made a concoction, right? So my concoction is cranberry juice and it is ginger ale. So what are you guys out there sipping on? What is your beverage of choice for happy hour? Whatever you do is your business. But with me, I have to keep it non-alcohol, okay? So hey there, Miss Camitha, thanks for tuning in. I see a couple more people out there. Go ahead and send me some hearts so I can see who is out there tonight. Again, really appreciate you guys joining in for happy hour. I am waiting on one of my brothers to join in, because when I tell y'all, this is about to be a mature conversation. And it's about to get a little heated in here too. Hey, my sister Lois, it's about to get heated in here too, baby. It is about to go down. So again, guys, go ahead, grab your beverage, share, invite your friends, and we're going to get started in a few minutes. As we also know that when you go to happy hour, they have music on. So right now, I want to say that I do not own the rights to this music. This is Don't Change For Me by Paul Robeson. She said, water with crystal light. Amen to that one. I ain't mad at you. Water with crystal light sounds good to me too. But yeah, I got my little ginger ale going on over here. Hey, Miss Yvette. So tonight, as I mentioned, this is about grown folks. This is going to be a little bit different. Hey, what's going on? Let me see if I can bring you on. I see you out there. Let me see if I can bring you on. Tony, it will not. Send me, excuse me, guys. Send me a request and see if you can merge with me, because I don't see you out there with the ability to bring you on to it, and it could be because you're not a member of the group. Pink lemonade margarita, my sister is always on it, let me tell you. So let me see again. Let me see if I can add you in, Tony. Yeah, it's not hold on. I want to see if you're able to, oh, you said Pepsi. I want to see, Tony, send me a request and see if it'll allow you to say like merge with the page, and then we're going to get ready to get started. Again, I do not own the rights to the music you hear. It is Paul Robeson, Don't Change For Me. If anybody know, you know I am a house head. I love house music. So I put on a little bit of that. Next week, we're going to do this every Friday from 6 to 7. So if you have some requested music or you have a favorite song that'll help us get our mind right, work is done. It's time to relax. It's time to unwind. It is time for us to really get it started. So tonight's topic, believe it or not, is one that is not talked about. And I want to give everyone a pass right now if it gets a little too hot in here for you tonight. And what I mean, if it gets a little too hot in here, the reality is Real Talk with Terlisa, the queen of Real Talk, is exactly that. We talk about everything, and you can talk about everything in a certain way. I am noticing in our society that we have side piece, I want to say justice, side piece, everything, songs directly related to side piece. So when you find that, when you find that you are in a situation, or you hear one of your friends going through, or one of your buddies going through, and somebody is cheating on somebody, and we like, man, how did we get to this point that we have a side piece deal? So in my conversation with someone and being on both sides of the fence, let me say this. See, a lot of times we really look at the person that's cheating with somebody else, but in reality, a lot of us have not always been faithful in our relationships. Now, I know you're not going to admit it on Facebook and on social media. It's quite okay. I know some of you might be married, getting married, prepare to get married or something of the sort. So you're not going to really say that you ever dated somebody else's man or a woman, and it's cool. It's real cool. However, some of us have, and I'm not afraid to talk about what my experiences was if it is going to help somebody else. So when we talk about the side piece, let me first say that a side piece only does what the other person will allow. A side piece is an individual who will only do, because see, what ends up happening is wherever there is lack at home, the other person goes looking. And if that lack lasts for a long period of time and they find somebody out there that's going to fulfill whatever that need is, they will end up leaving everything that they have to go over there to where this person is. And in actuality, this person is only handling 20% of what's needed. So here you go, you have a man or a woman and they didn't talk to you about whatever element that's missing in the relationship. So let's think about it, ladies and gentlemen. What were some elements that were in your relationship that were missing? Your spouse maybe came to you and you blew them off. You was like, nope, I ain't going. I'm not going to do that. And then next thing you know, they cheating. Now, it's not a justifiable act for them to cheat. I do believe that we should compromise, and I do believe that we should kind of sit down and talk about it. So let's be honest again, no judging on this page. If your spouse or your significant other come to you and say something that is within right reason, it's not something that's out there, it's not something that's bad, and they say, hey, I need you to do this for me, or I need you to do that for me, do you automatically be like, no, you better go ahead on somewhere, I'm not finna be bothered with you, you go ask your mama to do that? Or do you automatically go into a mindset like, man, maybe we could sit down and compromise? The truth be told, a lot of people in their relationships, they end up being rejected for certain things that they may want or desire. So here you are having a person that may be rejected for certain wants and desires. So we know when you go out in the street and you halfway looking good and you decent, you smelling good, you got a job, you got the basics going on, you're going to go out there and meet somebody. Now, it could be at the gas station, the grocery store. It could be in passing in the street. It could be at the car wash. It could be at Walgreens. It could be at Jewel's. Honey, it could be at the barbershop, beauty supply store. It could be anywhere that you end up meeting somebody. So this person gives you a little bit of eye contact. Ain't nobody slow. We know how that eye contact is when somebody is kind of digging you or interested in you. So now you might not even bite that first time. Real talk. You might not even go that first time. But because that person has piqued your interest, now you're at a point where I might go back another day and see if that person is there. Let me just see so happen. And if that person is digging on you like you digging on them, guess what? Y'all gonna end up connecting and you're gonna end up switching phone numbers. Now, usually with the side piece aspect, it almost starts out like it's a little friendly conversation. So you know you sitting there, you texting, or you sitting there, you talking. This is the person that you might be talking to on your way to work or on your way home. This is the person that you might get off the phone with your significant other a few minutes early before the lunch. Come on, y'all, talk to me because I ain't crazy. You get off your lunch a few minutes early so you have a few minutes to talk to them so before you get back to work. So you start making time for this person that's making time for you. You start pouring out your heart. You pouring out your soul. Your girlfriend ain't doing this. Your man ain't doing that. And all they doing is sitting there like, really, man, if I was you. And it's interesting because when it comes to a side piece, baby, they lay it on so thick. They lay it on so lovely. And what I mean by that, you sit there and be like, well, they don't cook. She don't clean. I don't understand what the problem is. She not the person I married. She not the same person I dealt with. And then on the flip side, you might go to the guy and be like, you know, real talk. Let's be honest, ladies. He don't put it down like he used to. He didn't got lazy. He don't want to take me nowhere. We don't even have quality time no more. He always got time to kick it with the boys, but he ain't never got time for me. And we go on and on and on. So here it is. We in our rant. We in our rave, right? We going straight in. And as we go straight in, they sitting there like, really? What's going on? I got a comment. My sister says, I dated someone going through a divorce. Even though they were separated, their home was always their priority. So I was second. His wife cheated, which led them to divorce, but in essence, he was cheating too. Can we talk about that for a moment? Nevertheless, I knew my worth and was gone gonna wait on the dry right papers and then they still marry. And that's true. A lot of times you don't have the intent of really being the side person. It could be a person is married, and I just did my TV show last night was on married but living single. It could be an element where the person you meeting could be going through a legal separation, or they sleeping in separate rooms and they doing their own thing, but they still under the same roof. And now you like, man, do I really have a part to play in that? I dated a guy 5 years that was married. He was in one place, and his wife was in one place with her boo thing, and me and him was in doing our thing for 5 years. And then it came to me, if something happened to this dude, I get nothing. I'm gonna end up with a broken heart. She get everything. So we end up selling out sometimes to have somebody. And then I had to learn, not only did my sister talk about self-worth, but a lot of us, we like that attachment, we like that affection, we like the way they make us feel. They tell us things. And even interesting that even with the side piece is one, they tell you everything you want to hear. They make everything so much better. They listen to you. They get you. They talk to you. When you go see them, they rubbing on your feet. They blowing in your ear. For a man, if your girl don't cook, when you go over there, she got a hot meal ready for you. Not only do she got a hot meal ready for you, but baby, she gonna tell you to pick out what lingerie that you want her to wear. She gonna put on the heels, lay on the baby oil real thick, and she ain't got no problem with doing whatever it is you ask her to do. So now we have found ourselves, when we talk about the whole ideal of side pieces, we leaving our homes to be with this person in order to fill a void that we have in our relationship. And here's the deal. It's really not the side piece fault, because they only doing what they are allowed to do. So we end up, when you see a woman, and this is so relevant, when a woman see another woman with her man, she ready to jap out, snap, and fight the woman, but it was her man. That maybe she knew, maybe she didn't know. But why is it that when we in different cases, the very minute that woman see the other woman, baby, she ready to put on them gym shoes, Vaseline, hair, and a ponytail and get her, when in actuality, you need to be getting him. So we faced with this whole thing of side pieces. Now, a side piece, let me talk to y'all for a second. A side piece is one that their plans initially is not to build. They don't want to build with nobody. They just want to be with somebody because it's comfortable. They not trying to be that person. And let me say this, when a person gets sick, it's usually not the side piece that's taking care of them. If a person lose their job, it's not the side piece that's going to pay them bills. If a person find out that they need additional help in something, it ain't the side piece that's doing that. It's going to be the person that they with that's going to end up doing that. So now you have this person that's in a compromisal position. But not only that, when we talk about side pieces, let me tell y'all something real quick, right? A good side piece will tell you what you need to do to keep your home front tight. A good side piece will tell a man, make sure you do everything you've been doing so she'll never suspect that you out here tipping. So you need to do a little bit of extra. If she like flowers, buy her a bouquet of flowers. If you know she like money, go ahead and break her off with a little bit of bread. Whatever it is that this woman likes, you need to go ahead and make sure that you do that. And then a side piece will tell the woman or the man, and even if you got to get down and have sex with her, go ahead and do that too. Get yourself back together and holler at me in a couple days. Now, those are what I call side piece professionals, because ultimately they don't want a relationship. They just want the benefits of being in a relationship. So now your money coming up short on the home front because this person is now starting to lay it out for this person that's on the side. And let me say this too. A lot of times people will say, well, if a person is a side piece, they taking from me, they doing this from me. If a a side piece is good at what he or she do, they ain't got to ask for a quarter. Trust me, they don't have to ask for a dime. The person that they dealing with is going to automatically volunteer to do above and beyond. A person that's dealing with a side piece will do things for the side piece that he'll never or she'll never do for the person that they sleep with every night. Come on, y'all, talk to me. Tell me what y'all think about that, because I know what I'm talking about is real. So here it is, you trying to get your husband to buy something, and he over here paying mortgages. He over here paying, not paying car notes, he done upgraded the cars. I mean, and the same thing vice versa. So you trying to get something from him when he or she is giving it to the other person. But then when you talk about the idea of the side piece and then we running at them, now we got to fall back. Now, I'm not glorifying, let me say this, I'm not glorifying any of this, but we have to talk about it because there are a lot of marriages that are being split up. There's a lot of people that are finding purpose and a reason to have a companion outside of their marriage. Now, let's also say this whole cheating and dating and people and running around and all of this, it's been going on since the biblical days. So we can't automatically say, oh, it just started. No, we just openly talking about it. Think about it. We got songs dedicated to side pieces. You got rappers, that's all they do is talk about their side pieces. So here it is now. It's so open that everybody's scared to talk about it. Now, ain't nobody really talking about, I'm not finna talk about these things. No, we're not. We need to talk about this because if we don't openly discuss it, it's going to be so many people that's going to be in the dark. And not only are they going to be in the dark, but it's like one of those things that, well, you know, I'm scared. I don't want people to know my business. Well, I'd rather talk about some of the business and let's get these things out in the open than for somebody else to be going through it and they don't have an idea. Because the truth of the matter is this. If you leave whatever you have unattended for a long period of time, ladies and gentlemen, what y'all think is going to happen? If you leave your spouse unattended, if you leave your boo thing, girlfriend, boyfriend, man, or whoever unattended for a period of time, what is going to eventually happen? Again, I'm not justifying and saying, oh, if your girl ain't doing this or your man ain't doing that you automatically start tipping with somebody. But what I am saying is this is an everyday reality. It is so many people walking around right now whose feelings are hurt. Homes are broken. They don't even know which way to turn because they know that they dealing with somebody else. And it's nothing like trying to get the attention back from the person that you once had. Man, please. This person that you was with, you was jammed with, the person you said to death do you part. And now all of a sudden they like, I ain't even thinking about you, honey. Nope. You don't do that thing I like you to do. You don't mess around like I like you to mess around. Hold on, I have a comment. Like you said, there are benefits. Yes, it is. And we're going to talk about the benefits too. Hold on. One of the benefits of a person being a side piece is they make you play with their own agenda. They are the people, they have a schedule for you to come over. They have a time for you to do whatever. Everything is about their time and it is about their schedule. And if they really not into you like that, they just looking at you as just another person. It ain't even about a commitment. It's just about me having a little fun and you going on about your business. Hold on a second. It says a lot of people settle for their boyfriends and girlfriends and they don't meet all of their expectations. So the side piece has things that their partner is missing. I got to bring you on, Tony, for real. Can we talk about that for a minute? So I remember, and I asked my husband this like 20 years ago too. I asked the question, how many of us, when you start dating somebody that's new, how many of us really ask them about their sexual experiences? Anybody? Come on, y'all, talk to me. Anybody? Do you stop and ask them, you know, are you one of those people that like to swing? Are you one of those that like to participate in threesomes? Are you just strictly you and that person in a relationship? And I'm going to go somewhere with this. Because if we don't ask these questions, if a person's sexual appetite is for always more than one person, no matter how you break it down for them, do splits and tricks, you will never be enough because it's their sexual appetite. So what end up happening is you a good person, you got their back, you help them get on, you've done everything you know to man to support this person. But because there are certain things that they have inside of them that one person is not enough, then you face with a situation that no matter what you do, that person got to get that stuff out of their system. But you have men and women that start questioning like, man, I ain't good enough. I don't understand why they don't choose me. I got their back. I done been through thick and thin. The problem is not you. It's just that you giving the love to the wrong person. So if we don't start asking these questions about people and what they thirst for and what they hunger for, next thing you know, either A, you gonna get turned out, or B, you gonna be like, you know what, I don't want no parts of this, and now your feelings are hurt and you've gotten attached. See, we talk about everything. Most people, we want to know where you work at, what kind of car you drive. We want to know where you coming in. Hey, sis, we want to know the basic details, but we're not honest and intimate about the things that we want when it comes to the relationship. Hold on, I have a comment. Ari says the young girls glorify being a side piece. They think they are getting something out of it and not thinking about the long-term effects of being brokenhearted. Exactly. Because you know what? You have to be at a certain point in your emotional status that you do not get caught up, because it can go both ways. So if a person, as a woman, if a woman is being a side piece and she's a side piece to a man, and this man is really good and he just caught up right now in a situation and he decides to go back home to his spouse, she is broken. And then that's the thing too, and I was talking about what it is now. Back in my day, if you was a side piece, you kept that under wraps. Where now, if you are, it is glorified. Like, yeah, he got her, I'm getting his money, I'm driving his cars and all of that other stuff. But we don't realize the soul ties that's also attached to that thing when you talking about dealing with this person and dealing with that person. Then you ready to kind of settle down and you trying to figure out, because this person don't sex you the way you used to be sexed. They don't talk to you the way that you used to be and talk to. If they don't do things and make you feel a certain way, then you don't want to be bothered, and you continuously going through all of these different relationships because you comparing what you feel or what you had to now. And that's another thing. We talk about this side piece thing, and I call the side piece chronicles. I had this one lady reach out to me and she was like, I don't understand why people are so mad. Well, it's a flip side to that. How would you feel if the person you was with was sleeping with somebody else? And again, when I was out there doing my thing, I didn't get caught up in my feelings. It was like, oh, okay, then you know what, I'll holler at you later. But I ended up having a lot of people that work. So here it is now. I'm trying to move on and grow. And now I got stalkers. I got people I have to put order protections on because they don't want to let go. A sexual attachment is one of the hardest things to break sometimes, because it's one of those things that have you doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You be craving people when you done had some good sex. You literally want them. You be like, man, I don't know. I don't care what they doing, but they need to come over here and take care of this. Hold on a second. Most people use having a side piece as a backup too. It prevents you from being hurt or getting attached as a... Yes, let's talk about that aspect too. Thank you, sis. The side piece aspect of like a spare tire. So there are people that deal with, they can be in a relationship with somebody, but they always have that fallback person. This fallback person has been a fallback person for many years. So when they like that in between, or they that maintenance person, you as insurance, exactly. So when that car break down and this person can't get it right, I can call her. If that person, they don't want to handle their business like I need them to, I can call them. So we end up using the spare tire. I call the spare tire syndrome, and they are side pieces too, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. You may not call on them on a regular basis. You may not even get up with them on a regular basis, but the fact is you still deal with them and they take care of certain needs. It's just like one of the things when you young and you ready, but you ain't really ready to settle. So you talking to this person, you talking to that person. So one person you like them because they pay your bills. This person you like them because they got really good sex. sex. This person you dealing with on a regular basis because they satisfy you emotionally. They can kind of build you up and they encourage you. They're your leaning pole in a sense. That is exactly what a side piece element look like, but we're not talking about it. So here it is. You find yourself in a position where you dealing with a person that you know is good for you, but because they're not meeting, as Tony said, all of your immediate needs, you got her, you got him, you bouncing with this person and you bouncing with that person. And then when you talk about getting settled down, baby, everybody is about to act a whole fool because now we're dealing with this, what happens to me. Do you know how many of us can say, we know people that have been side pieces and they ended up getting caught in their feelings and then it ended up in a real bad situation? I do. I know quite a few men and women who thought that whatever they were in was going to last. Because when a person wakes up and they realize that what they have at home is better and they kick you to a curve, honey, there's a special type of bitterness and a special type of anger. There's some, I'm going to slash your tires, bust out your windows. I'm going to pop up at your job and I'm going to act a whole fool. Oh, you going to dump me? I'm going to go to your house and ring your doorbell and I'm going to let your wife know about everything because I videoed it. So here it is. We find that people are not only doing it, but when they get attached, it's very hard to let go. Have another comment. That's because they didn't know their role. Let's talk about that. Or that person made promises. This is true. Everybody has a role to play. Everybody. A husband has a role, a wife has a role, and a side piece have a role. What end up happening is when those roles get confused or they end up merging. See, most people, when you dealing with somebody on the outside, you end up telling them everything that the person on the inside is doing. So let me tell you this. When I would talk to people, and this is my past life, y'all. When I would talk to people and they say, well, they got a girlfriend. I don't care about you having a girlfriend. I could care less about your problems that you having with your girl. I could care less about what is good and what's bad. It's about me and you. And if you can't handle that real, I'm sorry, we can't get down. So when you establish that I'm not here for whatever it is that you're not understanding or getting, when you start talking to people like that, you find out a lot of people may have side pieces because it's an emotional. And then too, the side piece is always starting in most cases. Sometimes it is physical first, but in most cases, the side piece start out as an emotional person. They start out as being that level of comfort. They're giving them, like I said, everything that they not getting at home. So when they coming over there, I ain't trying to hear nothing about your girl, your kids. I'm not trying to hear nothing about your personal business because the less I know, the better off we be. But the fact is, because now we have developed a little bit of a bond, I might now start listening to what you got to say as you walking out of the door. So when it comes to the role of this individual, it shifts sometimes. Initially, you might be like, I'm just going to be here. If they need somebody to talk to, they'll call me and I'll talk to them. But if you start catching feelings for this person and you start making promises to this person, you start trying to give them more time, more money, more whatever, that's when it really starts to be a problem. Hello there, Miss LaGonda. So we're finding ourselves in a society again that relationships is like whatever. We want to get married. We want the ring. We want the commitment. We want the engagement. However, we still want to have our cake and we still want to eat it too. Hold on, another comment. Loneliness will cause many to think with their hearts and not with their brains, which is where common sense comes in. Vulnerability will make one give it up, yes, for fear of being desperate. Desperate means, desperate means call for desperate measures, and that's when whatever she does or he does, such as make them feel good intimately because of winter. But it is more than, yes, it is a sexual sick off your body. That person leaves and you are still unfulfilled mentally and spiritually because it is not what God wants for you. Yes, it is. And then Tony says the side piece has one or two jobs. Man, are you in my head? And that's something else. So let's go back to Miss Veronica. Miss Veronica, what you're saying is absolutely right. Loneliness will make us do things that we're not supposed to do. If you're one and you're used to being with someone, or you're used to being in long-term relationships, and your relationship has now ended and you know that that person is never coming back, the old saying is a piece of a person is better than nothing. So we'll find ourselves settling for the peace. There's someone I know that was with someone for a significant amount of time, and this person had a woman. So even though they started centering their world around this person, at the end of the day, that person still chose their woman. So we start feeling stupid because here it is. You didn't gave up the goods. You didn't gave up money. You didn't compromise. This person may have been around your family. You didn't kick them. I mean, y'all done went out of town. You are with this person as if they're your main squeeze, but this person is treating you like second best class citizen. So because that void is missing, because we're looking for love, we were created to love and to give love. So when we don't have love, we do start. I mean, there's been times I talk to people, my sister be like, I'll be like, how in the world? Have you ever looked back at some of the people you dated and was like, what in the world? Where did this come from? What was I thinking? Was I drinking? Hold on, comment. Loneliness leads you to settling for someone who isn't right for you. And that's true. So you end up talking to somebody and the feelings is like no emotions, is nothing, but they just talking to you. I want to go to the show. I'm going to call and see what this person is doing. Oh, well, you know what? I need that itch scratch. So yeah, they decent. I'm going to call them. And you know, it's just like the movie Waiting to Exhale. And I remember the part where Whitney Houston was just compromising herself to deal with these different deadbeats. And she was like, a part of the movie, she was like, you know what? I just need some. So I'm going to pass my thoughts of everything that this man doing. He ain't really my caliber. He ain't nobody I would even look at. God, what am I thinking? But I need to get my needs met. And that's what a lot of us end up finding ourselves is we'll deal with a piece of or a portion, then waiting. It's hard sometimes. Can we be honest, y'all? It's hard sometimes sitting back trying to wait on Mr. Right and Mr. Wrong. You sitting there like watching everybody get married. You sitting watching everybody get engaged and everybody in there happily ever after. It's people, let's be real. It's people around you. You be like, how the heck did they get a man? What is they doing with her? What did, you sit back like, I know, you start running down your own resume. Come on, y'all. You running down your own resume like, man, I know I look better than that. I know I got a better job. You look at yourself like, where in the heck, if they can get a man, why can't I get a man? If that person can get a girl, why can't I get a girl? So we start looking at ourselves some type of way like, something's got to be wrong here. Not realizing the right person for you, it may not even be ready for you to come along. And that's something a lot of us end up battling because we want that comfort, we want that love, we want that security. I had several friends all from my past times. Yes. So and here's the thing. When we talk about those tires, those spare tires, sometimes the spare tires ain't just one person. Sometimes the spare tires can be multiple people. I remember when I was in the world, like really doing me, I would have one person that would specifically look, I need this person to pay a bill. You know in your mind what this person is going to require. You know in your mind what they're going to need from you in order for you to get whatever it is you need to get. Can we have grown folks conversation? I said this for the mature audience. So here it is. You don't even care about it because your end result is what it is. Even dating somebody that was in a relationship and I was cool with them being in a relationship. Let me say this, y'all. Was cool with them being in a relationship. I did not give two rats turds. They was in a relationship. And then what it took was I'm out and about, and I'm with somebody and they see me, but they with their person. So then I'm like, hey, how you doing? Hey, pretty lady, how you doing? Because see, I ain't gonna ever act a fool in the street. So then this person is like, see me, and they blowing up my phone. And I'm like, wait a minute. You got a whole girl. You got a whole woman that you sleep with at night. You can't be checking for me like that. Do you know that person ended up dropping her to be with me and I ain't even want him? Can you imagine that? That's some craziness, but that is the way of a side piece. That is the life of a lot of people. So where we getting upset with them, but their mentality may not even be about commitment and trust and building. Baby, I ain't trying to build. I'm trying to get paid and on to the next one. Hold on a second. Thank you for the compliment. Multiple people for multiple reasons. Amen. Y'all know how to, I wish I had a doggone toolbox. I should have told my husband bring a toolbox. We know what a toolbox looks like. So in a toolbox, you got your wrench, you got your pliers, you got your screws. You have a variety of things in a toolbox. Baby, many of us, we had toolboxes in our days. But it's funny when we get older, we don't want to talk about side pieces because we don't want people to know we was once a side piece. We don't want to know want people to be in our business. But the reality is this thing is real. Again, I'm not condoning it, but we're going to talk about it in this mature conversation because a lot of people now still have maintenance men and maintenance women. There's a lot of people that are still dipping off every day at the same place at the same time as Gerald Levert used to sing. So we need to stop trying to act like this thing don't exist. But what can we do to get ahead of it and to help somebody whose relationship in marriage may be suffering? Because the reality is this: if you are the person that is tipping, one person had already said a side piece only has 1 or 2 jobs. That's why they so good at what they do. They not at home washing your clothes. They not at home cooking. They not at home paying all of the bills. They are pleasuring you in that one particular area. So now with our own emotional attachments, we like, oh my God, oh, they're just so good to me. I think about Love Jones. I love Neil Long and Lorenz Tate. And I remember she was like, oh, it was just so good. It be calling me. And she said, girl, what do it say? That is what it feels like, y'all. So let's stop trying to be fun. That is what it feels like. So now you find yourself in this position and then you going home and you like, man, I don't even want this person I'm on only because this person does one job. How many people can say they know, it ain't got to be you. How many people can say that they side piece can take on the role of their boyfriend or girlfriend or their husband or their wife? I'll wait. How many people know that the person that somebody else may be dealing with on the outside can hold you down like the person you've been with for many years? I'll wait. Because the fact is, they don't. They are only there for a temporary position. And anybody can do one job good. Come on, y'all, let's be honest tonight. Anybody can do one job good. But when you get home and you got your wife or your husband who got to deal with the kids, have to deal with paying the bills, have to deal with laundry, dealing with things that may have broke down at home, you at work having to work 10 or 12 hours, when you get in, I don't care man or female, after you done work 6, 10, 12-hour days straight, sometimes 6 and 7 days straight, your body is tired. So even though you know that your person that's laying next to you have needs, you too tired to even do anything. Can we be honest tonight? So in our tiredness, it may not necessarily be I don't want you. It's just that right now that's the furthest thing from my mind. And then that person, because they may already be in their feelings, or because they may have already been to the store and seen boo thing standing over there looking kind of good, they like, oh, okay, then they trying to justify what they doing. And you can't justify stupidity, baby. You can try to put a place on it, but you can't justify that. Hold on, it says, okay, that's when we need to talk show together. I know we can make $1 million a month. We do. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Like this whole thing of Friday happy hour from 6 to 7 is going to be real conversation. Like I love God and I pray, but at the same time, I have not always been the woman that I am today. I have been out there, and I thank God that he has delivered me from that, and he put me with a husband who been out there so we can jam and we can have conversations about some of the deepest things. But we need to start talking about this stuff, because in the reality is it's people that are losing their marriages and relationships, and they just letting it go because you know what? Oh, if you want her, you can have her. No, the heck you can't go over there and stay with her. No, I ain't gonna never make it easy for somebody else to take what's mine. I'm not. I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna go off. God forgive me if I gotta get upside your head. But I worked for what I got, and you think I'm gonna let somebody else just walk around and take it that easy? Baby. It's about to go down up in here, up in here. Hold on. And help 1,000,001 folks a week. And people need to hear these topics. Amen, my sister. Amen. And we do need to hear these topics. We feel that because we in church, or we feel because we saved, or whatever the case is, that we are isolated from incidents. Let the fact remain is the fact that you are in church, and the fact that you and your husband may serve God, or one of y'all may not, is the fact that you are going to get attacked even more with these type of issues. Do you know that a lot of the intermarital affairs are with people that in church? Do you know that the pastor is talking to the choir member, the deacon is dipping with somebody else's daughter? I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. Hold on. People need to take that energy and do things that their partner needs. This is true. I'd rather listen to someone with experience. Amen. I remember when my mom and my dad separated. And my mom, I said, okay, I'm going to say my mom. I'm a mama's girl and I'm a daddy's girl too. So my mom and I ended up moving into this building, and it was an older guy that owned it, right? And you can tell when you see, I don't know about you, but I got eyes, man. So I can look at a person and be like, yeah, there you go. I tell my husband, if we be out in the streets, I'd be like, yeah, there you go. He'd be like, babe, I'm telling you, I can look at a female and I can look at a man and be like, give them a minute. They gonna dip, they gonna look, they gonna flirt, they gonna do this. And I've been dead on because I done been out there around it. So moving to this building, my sister said, yep, that happened to me. Moving to this building, and this guy is finding a reason every week to come upstairs to the apartment. Don't ask me why. He fixing stuff that ain't even broke. He just upstairs just talking to my mama for whatever reason. Now, if I was his wife, I would have told him to bring his you-know-what back downstairs, mind your business. And if there's a problem that she's having, let her talk to me and not you. Because a woman needs to deal with a woman, and a man needs to deal with a man. Sometimes we pushing different things off on people, and everybody don't have the same agenda as you. Just because you nice, just because you sweet, and just because you ain't finna get in the opposite sex face, baby, that does not mean that that's gonna be the plan of the other person. Especially if the person you dealing with got a little something going on. They gonna be like a doggone dart on their head. Anyway, at the time I was working at Family Dollar, so I had to be about 18 years old. So this man finds out where I was working and pops up at my job. Now, I'm saying to myself, okay, what do granddaddy want? Okay? So he walks around the store and he seen me in the aisle working, but he gonna try to go around like he was shopping. Ain't nobody dumb, man. I know what you in here on. So in my mind, I'm like, I already know I'm finna read this man, right? So finally he walk up to me. He's like, hey, how you doing? I didn't know you work here. Y'all all know that face be like, really, you didn't know I work here, dude? Are you serious right now? So then I'm waiting on him. So then finally he's like, I'm really interested in you and I could be your uncle. I say, no, you can't be my uncle. Well, I could pay you. How much money do you need? I can give you an allowance. I was like, do it look like I need money from you? And when I came at him like that, it instantly shut him down. So when it shut him down, then he was so embarrassed and ashamed because I guess he was used to girls just falling out. Let me tell you this. All women like money, but all money ain't good. So just because somebody is coming to you and they trying to proposition you with money, that does not mean that is what it is. So some of us, we have to stop falling for the okie doke when it comes to that. Real talk. So this man, I seen him he stopped coming upstairs. I seen him 2 weeks ago. He dropped his head. I ain't had nothing to say to him. But my mama is a discerning woman. So my mama says, baby, what happened to him? And I told my mama. My mama said, I'm not going to say anything either. So now this man is avoiding me. Mind you, he was a deacon in the church. Mind you, he was real active in the community. Mind you, he was a lot of different things. But people, they unknowingly, when they dealing with lust and they dealing with, I guess, to have it. If I see it, I'm going to hit it. When they dealing with them type of things, they don't care who they come at. That man could care less than my mother was renting from him. His whole mindset was, this young girl, I'm going to pull her like I pull everybody else. I'm going to throw a little money in her face and she going to jump. Hold on, comment. It's a temptation fix. It's like putting a branded over the name, the same wound and over again. The cut is still there and you are piling up the band-aids knowing you are worth more than what it is. Okay, I have to say, if you keep putting yourself on the back burner, eventually you will end up in the oven. Ooh, that's some wisdom right there. The trick of the enemy is how good it is to you and ends up being not good for you. And that is where a lot of us end up at. We end up where and she said it best about how we keep doing the same thing. And do you guys know that side pieces is generational? Do you all, can we be honest? They are family members where they only deal with married men. There are people that could be around us that only deal with people that have somebody else. So you never really see them. They have a person here and there, but it becomes a generational thing where there is no commitment to a person. So it's like, is it the self-worth? Is it lack of worth? Is it because if I'm dealing with them on an as-needed basis that they're going to give me what I want? But at what point do we stop compromising what we have for what it is we think we need? And that is like with a side piece. If we care more about, hey, Miss Margaret, we care more about what we may be getting than we do with our precious body. And that's something I had to really understand. I'm like, okay, I already know what this person likes, so I'm going to do this, right? But I didn't realize that in doing the act, I was breaking myself down, because what we have is precious. And a lot of us are not taught that what we have is precious. So because we're not taught, we end up falling for whatever it is. We feel, oh, okay, he going to pay them bills. I'm going to go ahead and talk to him. Oh, this person going to do this. I'm going to do that. We find ourselves in a compromising tit for tat position to get what it is we want. And you know what bothers me the most is I see a lot of the young ladies, and I'm seeing it so much in our generation now, that a lot of the young ladies don't even know their value. They don't know their worth. At least some of the old school women, when we were young, I don't know about you, but they was telling us, baby, if he can't even buy you nothing, you don't lay down with him. You can't be broke. You can do bad all by yourself. You better not bring no broke man in this house. You better not do this. You better not do that. Those are the things that my generation was taught. So we already knew that if you didn't have no job, Amp can't talk to you. If you didn't have no car, both of us is not going to be on the bus. If you didn't have certain things, you couldn't even walk our way, holler, sniff, get in our aroma, period. But nowadays, the generation that is here, they are just like giving themselves away to anything that look at them. So if they look at them, they like, yeah, I'm going to talk to this person. You know what? I'm going to talk to them. And then too, this is something that I was talking to my other nephew about a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about the mindset. He was like, TT, I ain't never seen so many girls that wanted to have babies. They just want to have babies by guys. And I'm like, are we teaching our girls that you had a baby right now, but you gonna be stuck with it because the baby daddy finna go make 3 or 4 more babies with somebody else, and now you pissed off, upset because he didn't decided to lay down with somebody else, and now you got, oh, okay, I seen this dumb post. This post said, I'm the first baby mama. I bet you can't post that. I'm sorry, but did anybody else see a problem with what I just said? I'm the first baby mama. I bet you can't post that. How about you don't be a dang on baby mama? How about we figure out that, you know what, you're not even worth my time. You ain't even on my page. You ain't trying to do nothing. You ain't trying to have nothing. So why am I going to put myself in a position like that? Man, I seen too many of my girls growing up. They ended up pregnant. One was in her sophomore year and in her senior year. She couldn't go nowhere. She couldn't do nothing. When my daddy had the birth control talk with me, I was like, hey, daddy, yo, pops, let's holler real quick. I told my daddy I was ready to do what I wanted to do, and my daddy was like, that. So I'm finding that when we talk about side pieces, we don't understand the mindset that the side piece have is the mindset that a lot of our youth have right now. They not valuing themselves, because if they did, they wouldn't just lay down with anybody. They're not really looking at the aspect of, you know what, I want a future. I want somebody around my kid. Now, I can say this. When it came to my mom and my daddy, they had a very interesting relationship. But I did understand the value of having a mother and a father together versus 2 people in a separate house. So when you have that structure, you be like, you know what? But even having that structure, I still wanted what I wanted, and I wasn't afraid to do what I had to do to get it. Comments. But women make more than men now. Right, that part. The government is paying single mothers food stamps in Section 8. Okay, y'all, that's a whole nother conversation, but can we talk about that? I am finding that, Tony, what you're saying is absolutely right. There are a lot of, and this is not, we're going to talk, y'all. There are a lot of people that are having kids because of Section 8. There are a lot of people that have kids because their child may have a disability and they can get a Social Security check. There are a lot of people that are living, I would say, off the government. And believe it or not, there's a lot of generations of that's happening too. But at what point do we break the cycle and say, that's not going to be me, that's not going to be my family, that's not going to be my kid? So just because you see it done, do you want that life for yourself and your kid? And I'm going to say this, kids are a beautiful thing. I didn't have one, but I raised one. They are gorgeous. They are lovely. However, it takes a lot of time, energy, attention, money, days off work for you to manage this child. Now, we live in a society where I feel in some instances where men not necessarily given a pass, but the accountability in what they doing is not there. So if you know you're going to be out here slipping and you're going to be tricking and you're going to be sexing, somebody got to say, I'm finna put on some protection. Because if I'm out here and I'm doing this right here and I'm not covering myself or protecting myself, I can't be mad at nobody else but myself if I get caught up. And I'm going to say this, a lot of side pieces, they not finna have no babies unless the person that they dealing with is financially set, or they trying to trap him after they've been with them for a long time. A lot of side pieces ain't trying to have no kids. They trying to get what they can get and they trying to move on. But you do have some side pieces too that are out there that will know. They'll look up financials. Like I said, the internet can tell you everything you want to know about a person. So they find out this person is rolling in money. There's a lot of blackmail. Can we talk about Kevin Hart for a minute? Hold on. Having babies to keep a man, yes, and that's the oldest, craziest trick in the book. Let me tell y'all this, and my husband ain't gonna mind I say this, okay? My husband has 4 kids and 3 baby mamas. Y'all heard me like 4-3, right? 4 kids, 3 baby mamas. So when I got with him, I'm like, baby mama done. I'm like, dude, I ain't trying to be bothered. It's too much drama. You got issues. I was like, I don't know what you got, super sperm. I ain't trying to have no parts of none of that. And he was like, I got it all under control. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Because I'm like, everybody say they got it under control. No, they don't. Because some people are very weak for their baby mama and some people are very weak for their baby daddy. But he had it all under control. So what I learned from him is when he was done, he was done. But if we keep having a revolving door just because we got a kid by somebody, that person is going to keep using you and they're going to keep bumping your head. So we have to stop like, you know what? And it's the same thing in a relationship. If we keep having our doors open for a person and we know they ain't no good, they ain't got no intentions with us, they don't even have a future for us, we just gonna live our lives together, we have to like cut that thing. I'll be like, you know what? You using me. And I didn't let you use me enough. But see, your goals ain't my goals. I got to leave. And even though our heart may be broken and we going to cry a little bit, you know, but man, go ahead and let it go so that you can move on. We end up settling for somebody. And again, because that person is not telling us what we want to hear, they not validating us, they not giving us what we want, we end up cheating on somebody else that will when we just need to lead a relationship. How many of us been in relationships we know dang on well we should have let go years ago? How many of us done been with people again and you like, why in the world did I end up with them? Like, really, what's going on? So when we talk about the side pieces and we done talked about a variety of things, a couple of things I want to say is this. When it comes down to a person in their marriage or a person that's in their relationship, and now one thing is when a person has been in the streets and they've tricked off, they messed around, they cheated, however you want to say it, and they're ready to come back. We have to understand that you got to give that person time. One thing I don't like is if a man or a woman cheat and then when they decide they want their old thing back and that person is looking at them kind of crossways or they'll welcome them back but they scared, the first thing that person to say is you insecure or you have trust issues. Hold on. I didn't have trust issues and wasn't no level of insecurity even in this until you did what you did. So if you are out there and you done messed up and you realize your side piece ain't where it is and now you want to come back, you got to give that person an opportunity to get their mind right. You got to give them an opportunity to be like, you know what, we got to take this thing one step at a time, and you cannot rush them. Hold on, it says they don't want to start all over again. People would rather deal with the devil they know. Let me tell you, and that is a fact. It's easier for me to be with somebody because I know who they are. I know what they gonna do. I know they bad habits. I know they good habits. I know what set them off. But you know that this person does not want you in that manner. But I'm going to stick around because I know them, and it's better to know what I have than to go out there and I don't know what I'm going to get. Have any of us ever said that? Well, you found yourself with somebody and you know that this person you talking about long term. I remember talking to somebody and they were like, well, what is your ultimate goal? I'm like, well, I'm getting older. You know, I'm not trying to be out here just around. And then I was like, so my ultimate goal is marriage. I'm going to tell you what it is. And this person told me, well, you know what? I'm not ready for that. Well, you know what? You have a good day. So, but we end up getting caught up in the fact they're charming, they're nice, they're sweet, they can do things for us. But they've already told you in the door what their goal is. So if their goal is not the same as your goal, baby, I got to give you 2 fingers and I got to keep it moving, because none of us have years on wasting with somebody that ain't ready for what we're ready for. So we find ourselves again dealing with a devil. We find ourselves compromising our principles. We find ourselves again, it's better to have a piece than a whole. And then years down the line, we mad as you know what, because this person still don't understand your value. This person still ain't going to be ready to commit with you. And this person still going to do what they want to do, and then you stuck. And I've been there too, like, man, what am I not good enough for this person? If you got to question who you are with somebody, you need to start looking at the relationship. If you in a relationship and that relationship got you questioning who you are, that relationship got you looking in the mirror and you ain't half the person you used to be, you broke down, your self-esteem is gone, you don't even keep yourself up the way that you used to, things ain't flowing away. Sometimes we put too much on a person we with. A person can only do to us what we allow them to do. So if we starting to break down because of them, baby, if a person that do drugs too long and they notice that this addiction is killing them, what do they do in most cases? They stop. So some of us, we got to cut off some of these leeches. We got to cut off some of these emotional attachments. These folks ain't talking about, hey, I love you, but I got to go. Hold on. Having a low-paying job is better than having no job, right? Laugh out loud, but it's true. We in there like, no, I don't want that. Nope, Or it's too much work. So I'm not going, I'm where I am in life, and I know that the person that I'm with, I don't feel like they're going to talk to me. I don't feel sufficient enough that I can get a man or a woman like that. I don't feel sufficient enough that I can step to them. So I'm going to stay where I'm at because it's comfortable. This person accept me for where I am, even though they don't want what I want. Can somebody help me understand that? Because that's the mentality of what we see and what we hear every day. So we sitting here like, man, this person, I don't even know why I'm with them. I don't even know why I like them. I'm a cheat. So now you cheating on them, and that person making you feel so good, baby. I mean, your eyes is rolling in the back of your head. Your curls are swollen. You get out, you get home. You just all in la la land. And they already know somebody else didn't hit it. They already know. Come on, y'all. They already know somebody filling you up, because the person you with know your drive better than you do. The person you with know what you like, know what you don't like. So now all of a sudden, when they trying to touch you like, nah, I'm good. They like, well, somebody got to be doing something. People ain't crazy. Just because a person don't say don't mean they don't know. Hold on. It's a lot of work getting with someone new. It is a lot of work. But I'm going to tell you this. Whatever you compromise to get, you're going to compromise to keep. So if you compromise to be with somebody and it's not who you really want, you're going to continue to compromise and end up being so unhappy. And that's what end up happening. You be like, man, I'm unhappy, but I don't know why I'm here. I've been with this person for a little period of time. And now you like, wow, ain't that. Hold on. Have good credit, a job, goals, something. Something. And don't be ashamed to want more. Let me say that. Don't be ashamed. I am a girl that grew up on the west side of Chicago, the 60644. Do you hear me? Went to Austin High School and graduated. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I ain't finna do this all my life. I kicked it. I did not go to college straight out of high school. I kicked it. I partied. I did my thing. Did a lot of things that I ain't even proud of and probably won't even speak on until God tell me to. But at that time, I'm like, I ain't trying to stay over here. You know, my parents was like, hey, just because you in the hood, that don't mean you gotta stay in the hood. Come out and do something with yourself. So remove the limits off yourself. You ain't gotta settle for nobody you know that's tipping on you. You ain't gotta settle to nobody getting up in the middle of the night that's texting somebody else. You ain't gotta settle for that. So where do we find our peace and our happiness to the point where, you know what, I'm going to trust that who I am, I'm a magnet. Somebody good is going to find me. I am a magnet. Somebody is going to love me for the person that I am. I'm going to sit still this time. I ain't even finna put myself on the market. I'm finna work on becoming a better me. Hold on. It says, I am anticipating next Friday. This has been an awesome topic. Girl, take this to YouTube and make it happen. Real, recognize real, and you are as real as they come. It's God's. Oh my God, thank you. God bless you. And you was just what's needed. Amen. And thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. So what I want to do, guys, is we have talked about the side piece. We talked about relationships. We've talked about a variety of things tonight. So again, can all of y'all do me a favor? I'm going to tell you what I have. I have cranberry juice and I have ginger ale in my glass. Everybody type in what your happy hour drink is or your beverage. And then we're going to do this next week again. And I'm going to have one of my brothers / cousin on here with me next week. We were trying to get some things together, but I asked him to join at the last minute. So we're going to work on getting him on because this man has such an awesome view as well. And he's very funny too. Okay, you have to be patient to do, yes, those things. You have to be so patient. You got to be patient with yourself. And that's something I wasn't like. I was like, man, okay, what that person won't do is 3 or 4 people that will. Pink lemonade margarita. Okay, everybody, what else you guys are drinking? Crystal Light. All right, who else out there? What you guys drinking tonight? What you guys drinking tonight? For our happy hour. What time is it too? What time is it? Did we go over? Oh, it's okay. We're right on time. It's 6:57. Next week, guys, with Tony being on with me, 9 times out of 10, we're going to run to probably about 7:30 because having a male perspective on here is going to be so deep. And this brother is a very well-rounded man and he can speak on everything. So when he comes on next week, I want you guys get prepared. Whatever your beverage is, grab 2, take a seat. Now, let's say this, because we're going to do a happy hour every Friday from 6 to 7. If it's topics you guys want us to talk about, this is real right here. Like, seriously, y'all know I pray, I love God, and we can go either way with me. But right now, we are going to deal with some hard-hitting issues. We are going to deal with things that we don't even talk about. We're going to talk about things that are normally swept under the rug, and it's going to be 100% real. So everybody that tuned in tonight, I want to say thank you for being a part of the show. I thank my family and everybody else that is out there. If this show has been a blessing, if it has been encouraging, share it. Invite people to it. Invite people to Real Talk with Terlisa page. Guys, there's no judging. There's no bashing. There's none of that. I have eliminated profanity out of my vocabulary, but I don't knock nobody that do. This ain't about that. It's about us loving on each other. And I'm a firm believer that when you love on each other, love perfects. Love has a way of helping all of us become better in some type of way. So again, I love you guys. We will talk again. I don't know when I'm coming back up. Monday, I will be back on for Mental Health Monday, guys. Mental Health Monday, we're talking about depression. And we're going to talk about what depression looks like, what depression feels like. We're going to talk about depression from a standpoint of how you can feel good one minute and the next minute you really don't even want to live. We're going to talk about the highs and the lows that you deal with on a day-to-day, and how if we don't check some of the emotions that we deal with, we can go down real fast. So that is going to be a real show again. So it's Mental Health Monday, and we're talking about depression. I do have a gentleman that's going to be on speaking about depression from the male perspective. Let me say this. Women We vocal, we powerful, we all knowing, but we need our men on Real Talk. And the reason being is nothing like a man breaking things down and us being willing to understand things from their perspective. Some of us, and I used to be a woman like this, too independent for my own good. I only needed you for two things, and that was sex and money. And when I got tired of you, I didn't want either one. So in my own right now, transforming into who I am, I'm understanding the value of a man. I am understanding what a man brings. I am understanding. I married my husband in 2000. We got divorced, was separated 13 years, remarried. Who I know him as right now is different than what I married initially, because I look at him in a different light. I look at him as being my leader, my protector, my provider. I look at him as being my best friend, my confidant, my homie, lover, friend, and my buddy, my all-in-one. I didn't really see him that way. So some of us, because our views of men have been distorted, maybe our mothers or maybe people in our family have been abused by men. Maybe some of us have been molested or raped by men. Maybe the man that you have, your mom or somebody was with, they did them bad, and now you like, I don't trust them. We have to start understanding that, believe it or not, the same things that we don't trust about men is the same thing some of the men don't trust about us. See, men don't necessarily talk about their brokenness. They don't talk about their hurt. They don't talk about their heart. And the reason they don't is because as women, we are not capable of understanding where they're coming from. We breaking them barriers this year in the name of Jesus, y'all. It's going down. So again, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in with Real Talk with Terlisa, the queen of Real Talk. If you did not check out last night's TV show, I encourage you to do so. It was fire. The topic was married but living single, and I didn't cut no corners. I want to give big ups to Pastor Ellis at TLE Network for giving me the ability to flow. Let me say that. And if you want to go out and check out any of the shows that you may have missed on the TV show, you can go to http://TLETV.fun. When you go there, you select the three lines at the top, select on demand, and then come down to Real Talk with Terlisa, and you can see all of the shows on the different topics that I have done. Until next time, you guys have a good weekend. It is all about us. We're going to put some music on real quick so that we can get on out of here. You guys can enjoy your evening. I hope again this was fun. And hey, if y'all got some songs, y'all better send me some music, because I love music, but I'm a Dusty person and I ain't trying to bore y'all with some of my stuff. But let me tell y'all, I love Dusty. So hold on, I'm gonna put some music on as we get ready to get out of here, okay? I'm gonna put some India Irie on. That's my girl. I love her. And hopefully YouTube ain't gonna give me a whole bunch of commercials. All right, so we're going to put on Miss India Irie, Purify Me, as we get ready to end happy hour, okay? And this is one of my favorite artists. I absolutely love her. So you guys, this is what we getting ready to leave on. Y'all, let's show each other some love. Let's send some hearts. Send somebody some encouragement. We don't know what their weekend is going to be like. We don't know what they got to face at home. We don't know what they went through on their job this week. But let's send each other some love. Let's send some hearts. Let's send some encouraging words while we get ready to leave. And I love you guys. I really do. And the best is yet to come. Something good is happening for us. We're going to grow together. We're going to heal together. We're going to get this thing right, guys. Happy Friday evening to you. And I will see you later. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the compliments. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank y'all. I'm not ready to go yet. I want to hear this song for y'all, man. And I'm going to sip on my cranberry juice and ginger ale. And I don't know about y'all, I love to dance. I'm going to enjoy this song with y'all if you don't mind while we in our happy hour. I do not own the rights to this song by Miss India Irie, Purify Me. I am a neo-soul fanatic too, and I love house music, but I love Dusty, so I'm all in between. I like classic music, you name it, I'm there. So what's going on? Who got plans for this weekend? Anybody? Two-step. Amen. Come on with it. Don't let no one mess up your day, ladies. Amen. Go ahead on, my sister. That's what I'm talking about. And welcome. Don't let nobody mess up your day, your evening. Nobody. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Pray for your haters. Let them motivate you to take things to the next level. Y'all, this is our season. I'm telling y'all, it's nothing but greatness waiting on us. We got to go get it. It ain't going to fall in your lap. You got to go get it. And don't be afraid to do things you ain't never did before, y'all. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Fear is keeping us from having the best life, guys. Fear of what can happen. Fear of failing. Failure is one of the greatest things in life because it teaches you something. And I didn't understand. I'm just embracing. Okay, I fall. I can do this better. Y'all don't know, man. We're going to have a testifying service one day about life and the things that we have come through. Y'all don't even, this has been a journey for me, and I'm finally at a place where I am happy and at peace, and it's no stress. There is no toil. It just flows. That's a good place to be, is peace in your mind and your heart, no matter what's going on. And don't let the enemy do that. He know if he can wreck your peace, if he can take from you, if he can rob you, he can get you. Don't let him do that. Y'all, we greater than that, man. We are so much greater than that. For real, we are. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end on that note. I will see you all next time. Have a good weekend, all right?